So what I'm working on here is we have a blind corner cabinet. And everybody hates blind corner cabinets because you never can get back into what's in that corner to actually use it. And they're so frustrating that I think people would be almost happier. Like I know this person would be almost happier not having any space at all, just having a completely dead corner. But the fact it's there, it's usable, you want to use it, but you can't use it. So I got one of these pull-out shelves. The way it works is it slides the tracks inside there. I guess I could pull that out, should I? Now these vary, you can get a lot of different, these vary a lot. I saw them from anywhere from about $280 up to $980. But this is the idea, is it sits like this. Here's your cabinet door. You can pull this out and then slide this over, and then this pulls out, and so you have access to actually get to your stuff. This cabinet here had a shelf in the middle, and again, it was so, I mean, it was Al Capone's vault back there. Nobody ever went in there. Nobody ever, it's just things from, they get put there and forgotten. Problem is, when I got this, they're not made for a cabinet with a drawer above the base cabinet. They're too tall. And I noticed that after I'd got it, and I even went into Amazon and looked at the reviews, people had the same issue and they weren't able to use it. But I had an idea, which we're going to test today. What we have, as you can see, you've got about 3 inches of unused space below these shelves. This needs 2 inches in order to, actually it's 2.5 inches, because you can see that I'm going to pull this shelf off. The shelf sits a little high, but it's 2.5 inches right here. I need 2 inches in order to clear that rail on the face frame of the cabinet. So the whole thing needs to drop at least 2 inches. I can drop it as much as 2.5 inches, but then I'd be scraping. So I'm going to split the difference and go down 2.25 inches. So I should be clearing the top by 1/4 inch, and I should be clearing the bottom by 1/4 inch. So if that's going to work, then that's pretty tricky. There's a lot of variables that I ran into, though, that I hadn't considered. One, as this shelf, let's pretend it's in here, rolls out, it has to be able to roll past here and clear these handles. I'm not positive it's going to clear these handles. I may hit those. Now, because there's so many variables, well, let me show you all the variables first. There's also these hinge face plates here where the door snaps onto these. I can get different hinges that don't have such protruding face plates, give us a little more room. But because I was running into all these variables and needed to make sure I set it right, and because normally if you're just going to screw it in a cabinet, if you're off a little bit, no big deal. You can unscrew it, slide it back over a little bit, screw it back down. Or I'm going to be cutting a hole in the bottom of the cabinet and recessing this whole unit down inside. I only get one shot, and I have no adjustment if I'm wrong. So what I did is I took my measurements of the cabinet and I went outside and I drew it on a board or piece of plywood, what the cabinet looked like. And I set this on the piece of plywood. You can go do that if you want to, show it out there how I did it. And I tested everything to make sure it actually clears. And so now I've got my dimensions of where I can actually cut the hole. The one thing I'm not certain of, I think, because this inside shelf is smaller than the outside shelf, I think by pushing it all the way back, it will clear those hinge face plates. The one that I'm not certain that I'll clear is these handles. I may hit them. That all depends on kind of where this shelf is when it slides out. I may be okay, Probably not. So I'll have to deal with that later. I may have to do a different style of handle on there. But that's as good as I could get. There's a lot of variables to deal with. And I got it down to that's the only thing that might not work. I got the measurements. I set that in there. I traced around it according to my measurements. Now I don't want a very big hole because I don't want things falling down in there and getting lost and all that. So I want it to be pretty tight. And I've got these bolts right here on each side, which I'm cutting tight enough that I may not even clear those. So I may have to just do little tiny notches around those bolts. But in the meantime, I'm ready to start cut out that hole. So I'm going to go get my multitasker tool and cut it out with that. Because I want it so tight, I'm not going to use a skill saw. I'm not going to use a Sawzall. I'm going to use the multitasker tool. But you could use a Sawzall or a jigsaw or a skill saw if you prefer. You get down here, you can see how this is taller than the face frame. And so there's no way that's going to open up. But I don't need all of that room. I only need enough for those slides to come out, which is exactly 2 inches that I've got to get it to drop. See how it hits. But again, I have 2.5 inches. And the cabinet has an empty toe kick underneath of it. So there may be 1 or 2 support structures under the hole I'm cutting out. But other than that, it's hollow under there. So once I've got the floor cut out of the cabinet, I can drop it down and put some support underneath where I get exactly 2.25 inches down. Normally, like I said, you could be able to screw this in, and then, oh, darn, if it's not quite where I want it, you could just unscrew it and move it over, but that's not going to work with an actual hole cut and recessed down in. So now we're going to cut the hole and recess it down in and hope like crazy that I was not off on my measurements. I think I might be right on the toe kick on that one. I hope not. 4 inches. 5 inches. I probably am right on the edge of that toe kick on the inside. I had to bring it up as far as I possibly could to clear this, as hopefully. So we can see what happens here real soon. Thing. Somewhere where these 2 cabinets cross, I'm hitting something. Hopefully I got enough teeth left to finish this corner here. Yep. That's what I was hitting. Okay, that's going to be the new bottom of my support for this. So you can see where I cut this wood cutting blade. I hit some staples. You can see what it did to them. So this one's made for cutting staples. You can see I've already cut some before, so it's kind of got messed up teeth too, but I think it's good enough to get through these staples here, and then it'll probably be time to throw this one away too. Pretty good shot, huh? Get right down lengthwise, a lot many staples. That's pretty tricky. Everything out of there, make sure we're starting with clean slate. I gotta put this back in as a base, but you see how I've got 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches, and I'm trying to drop 2.25 inches, and I stuck my tape right into the foam. Just is so fun. Make sure to edit that out. Foam is the stickiest stuff. I'm going to the bottom side, so it's 1 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. I need to put some 2.5 inch boards underneath this to support it. I'm going to go make me some of those right now. So this is probably going to be a tight fit. So I'm dropping this. I built up the floor, and this, oh, I should put some screws in that. But make sure that should be 2 1/4, and it is. I built up underneath there with some, I needed to come up exactly 2.5 inches. I laid some 2x4s flat, and I had some 1/2 inch plywood. I built up the floor underneath, so this is all sitting very solid. I'm just going to screw that down to those supports. My dad used to always say, a good carpenter isn't one who doesn't make mistakes. It's one who knows how to fix these mistakes after he's made them. So hopefully I don't have any mistakes to fix on this. Because I've had some pretty tight tolerances. We're going to find out how close I was on my math here real soon. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Ta-da! Now look, I'm not sitting down. These little bolts, I was afraid of that was very likely, but I did cut it so tight. I thought very likely these bolts would catch, and they did. And not hard to fix, so we'll just go ahead and mark each bolt where it's sitting down on the plywood. I'm going to put a little notch on each one of those bolts will go. Let me see if that is enough. Wow. How's that? Okay, I hope that's it. Let's put in a couple of screws and give it a test. I'm only going to put in a couple of screws. Let's give it a test. Okay, look at that. It clears. I dropped it 2 1/4 inches. Now I've only got a 1/4 inch of dead space underneath. And I'm clearing this with probably more than a 1/4 inch, at least 1/2 inch there. I'll have to put some screws in to hold it in place. But that shows that it's working. So I'm going to put in some more screws. You can see, I want to get a shot in there, how that's all recessed down in. Now, the last thing is these plates go on there just to cover the screws. I think just to keep some gunk down in there. Look at that. What a nice clean finish that is. Okay, so there's 2 sizes. The smaller ones have to go on here on the back. And look at that. I just clear the shelf clip. Because it being a smaller one, it clears. The other one's going to come out here to the front because it's bigger. How lucky is that? So by drawing this all out on a piece of plywood first, I was able to see that I had a good chance of that clearing those those hinge plates, which is very good news. Now this, though, I don't feel near as confident about clearing those door handles. You see that? See how much this one sticks out? This sticks out flush to there. So, the moment of truth. That pulls out. Can it go over far enough to get the next ones out? And the answer is yes. Look at that. I'm missing the handles. How awesome. Whoops. How awesome is that? By drawing them out first on a piece of plywood, I was able to take all these variables into consideration. The hinge plates, the handles on the drawers, and everything fits. So now, that slides back in. Slide it over. Slide that back in. I'm going to go ahead and put the door back on. Again, you can get hinges with smaller hinges. I may still come down to it where if this gets to being in the way, I may still go to smaller hinges. I could see where that could, not snagging now, but that's an option if down the road. The junk drawer full of heavy stuff. Ta-da!